Happy Halloween, guys. As Halloween fast approaches, I figured I would make myself a Halloween themed video. So welcome to my top 5 scariest things about being a foreigner in China. Now, a little disclaimer. This video is about my top 5 scary things. I'm pretty sure that each one of you has had a different experience living in China. So if you have something to say it in the comments below. I'd be happy to hear from you guys. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's get to the video. There is nothing wrong with this YouTube video. Do not attempt to adjust the settings. We are controlling your internet. If we wish to exit full screen mode, we shall. If we wish to enter full screen mode, we will. If we wish to increase the volume, we can. We will control the quality, the playback speed, and whatever we want. For the duration of this video, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with this YouTube video. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the China limits. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks. Number 1. Sometimes you can't help arguing with other people. I remember one time I had a debate with a flat earther. He said he would walk to the edge of the world to prove me wrong. He'll soon come around though. That brings me to my first scary thing about being in China as a foreigner. Sometimes you argue to death. Oh, the nationalism. There is nothing wrong in loving your country, right? I love my country too, but if somebody criticizes my country, I do not take it as a personal attack. When the love for your country pollutes your brain to the point where you can't take the slightest bit of criticism about your country, then that's a problem. If you criticize something about China or the government, just a small criticism, and before you know it, you're in a full-blown argument about everything that has nothing to do with the main point of the argument. Check out these two guys arguing.
我们中国，你滚出中国，滚出 China， 你滚出 China， 滚出 China。
你跟我谈条件，他刚才说中国。
They asked me to come to China.
滚出 China，
China.
对，
英国
Chinese 光荣。
英国很好 Chinese 不好。
What a pair of idiots. From my experience, even when constructive criticism has been offered, it has resulted in, well, this is China, and if you don't like it, then get out. Now honestly, it isn't always like this, but more times than I would like to remember, this has happened, and it's scary. Now what's even more scary is sometimes these arguments can escalate quickly, and you could find yourself on the other end of a China beatdown. Number 2. People disappearing into thin air is a common occurrence in China, which brings me to the next scary thing. Sometimes they just disappear. Openly criticize the Chinese government when you're a foreigner and expect a visit from the police. The best thing you could wish for is getting deported. Worst case scenario is you will end up in some horrible Chinese gulag. Sometimes the place that you work for might not even get you the correct legal paperwork enabling you to work in China, and the police will raid your office and take you away. This is a terrifying prospect that always made me feel super paranoid. Number 3. I'll never forget the first time I met my girlfriend. My heart was pounding. My head just went dizzy. My knees were weak. And then I realized I put the Bruhipno in the wrong drink. Which brings me to my next scary thing about living in China. There's something in the drink. Do you fancy a night in the emergency room? Well, you just might get that if you go for a night out in China and drink some of that fake alcohol. We know fake alcohol is a problem when some bars make it a point to tell their customers that the alcohol there is real. It's scary to think that this is still a problem in China. The more drunk you get as the night goes on, the less you care about what you drink, and you end up drinking some really bad stuff. The greedy bar owners, they only care about making a profit, and that's scary. Number 4. Learning languages has always been really hard for me. I remember when I was at school and my teacher asked me to tell her 2 pronouns, and I said, "Who, me?" Which brings me to the next scary thing about living in China as a foreigner. The language. Let's face it, learning Chinese is difficult, and not everybody can do it. But if you don't, you will always have to rely on others to help you for the simplest of tasks. Can you imagine not being able to order food or buy things online? The language problem could also land you in trouble with the locals. Imagine not being able to have a basic conversation with somebody, and that somebody is threatening to beat the hell out of you. Now that's scary. Number 5. The pollution in China is so bad that the Environmental Protection Agency are charging China with illegally polluting the air. It should be okay though, because it's just a misdemeanor. Which brings me to the final scary thing about living in China as a foreigner. The fog. Although over the years it has improved, it still has a long way to go. Sometimes you can't see across the street for all of that pollution. It's been so bad in the past that work had to be cancelled. Now, not every single part of China is like this, but you can pretty much guarantee that in most major cities you will at least get several days in a month with terrible pollution, which is scary. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Sorry about the corny puns and the silly one-liners, but I just thought it would be amusing just to do something. I was always like a huge fan of those old 80s TV horror shows like Tales from the Crypt, The Creep Show, and that kind of thing. So this is just my little homage to those shows. So anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.